Standard 4 is the systems designer standard. And the standard reads as this: leaders build teams and systems to implement, sustain, and continually improve the use of technology to support learning. And in this standard, I want to point out that one of the things that I've struggled with in my own school district, and maybe some of you who are esports leaders in your district as well too have struggled with, is funding and financing for your teams. And this past year, 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, about 2.5 years ago, I was part of a team that helped write a grant to purchase equipment for the Walden High School here in Racine, Wisconsin. And this past spring, I was part of a team that was a broader base that allowed us to look at esports again and say, let's get this into all comprehensive high schools, let's get the grant going again, and let's purchase the rest of the equipment. And despite our successes, the equipment was denied. Now, why was it denied? It's a good question. And the reason it was denied is because the Racine Unified School District sees value in esports, and it sees the importance of esports, and it sees the impact of esports. And what they want to do now is, rather than do this through grant funding, they want to sustain this. And it is important when we're looking at technology that we know that computers have a finite lifespan, and we need to make sure that as we are deciding that we wish to take this leap further into esports and expand it, that we want to make sure that we can provide good equipment for our students so that they can have an excellent experience. We don't want to do this halfway. We want to do this fully because, again, we see the value in doing this. So of the standard, there's 4 indicators, and 3 of them I saw value in. The first one is B, and it goes B, C, D. Those are the indicators I really focused on with esports. The second indicator, B, says ensure that resources for supporting the effective use of technology for learning are sufficient and scalable to meet future demand. That's what I just talked about with building out and building into your budget esports. You're going to have to do it. Coaches have got to get paid. Equipment needs to be refreshed. And while travel is very limited, it is important to also consider travel, because some of the ways that our students in Racine Unified School District have connected into colleges is through tournaments run by colleges, where they invite students to the college campus and to allow them to participate. Robert Morris in particular in Chicago held their tournament, and we were able to bring a team to that. So it's important to build those things in. The third indicator, indicator C, says protect privacy and security by ensuring that students and staff observe effective privacy and data management policies. You know, if we're talking about streaming matches, we need to be cognizant of, are your students able to even stream? Have parents signed all waivers? Have we done everything to protect our students from misuse of feeds, things of that nature? And then the fourth indicator, establish partnerships that support strategic vision, achieve learning priorities, and improve operations. What I love about this fourth indicator is, it used to be in the past that when students talked about their careers, there was high school, and then maybe they would go off to their career, or there was high school, then college, and then they would go off to their career. And maybe occasionally along the way there'd be an internship. Because of the nature of esports, what has started to happen is that students are connecting into the esports culture a lot earlier than other students are connecting into traditional business. And what that then means is that as students are preparing to go off to college, from the high school level to college, they may have a better idea about how they want to be involved in the gaming industry. This is an industry that esports itself is growing to be a multi-billion-dollar industry. It'll cap $1 billion this coming year. But when you think about the gaming industry as a whole and the entertainment industry in the United States, one of their biggest revenue generating things in the country and around the world is the entertainment. Think about that. It falls under movies, it falls under music, it falls under games. Multimedia corporations. I mean, we're talking, this is a huge industry that we're asking students who are interested in it and saying, yeah, let's get them involved in it in a great way. And because of esports, they're able then to start making those business connections well before they leave high school. They become known people to companies before they leave for college. I don't know of students who have made the leap directly from high school into a business like Blizzard or Riot Games, but I do know that there are students who have been streamers for years before setting foot in college, and not just streaming their content and streaming their play, but it could be professional gamers or even revenue generators. Okay, so it's important again that as we design these systems, that we understand that this technology will support broader learning goals, not just what you see in the classroom, but also what you're going to see going forward.